Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to the podcast. We have our very first guest. What's going on, buddy? What's your name?
I'm Parquito Liberal.
Nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. It's my brother-in-law. I love him to death, so the conversation we having is all of, I swear to God, everything.
And the thing is, too, is to get a difference of opinion, just two different sides. And most of the time, they agree on a lot of things. And same thing with me and Mo. So overall, it's just good to, there's a lot of really important topics that are going on right now. And I'm going to be honest with you. These two have,
we had a conversation before when we going back and forth. It was a beautiful conversation, nothing but knowledge, people learning, right? I want to learn more, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm, like I always say, thirst for the truth is not my truth. I'm thirsty for it, so I'm always trying to reach for it. I might not be right. It's just my opinion, right or wrong, you know, it is what it is.
We're all growing.
I got to stick to where that.
That's the whole point.
I want to give a shout out to, the Black Excellence shirt. That's 87treasures.com. You can check them out. You got CB Lifestyle. This shirt is not online, but this is the type of work we do.
And do us a favor, like, subscribe, and share, please.
RIP Lil C. And we'll get into the topic. So we're gonna get into the topic. I'm gonna let Parquito, give a little bit of introduction, give a little bit of story background, what he stands for and everything like that. Yeah. And as far as we're talking about, we're gonna really talk about everything that's going on, regarding race, police brutality, and so forth. So we bring in somebody who probably has a better perspective on it than especially Louis or me.
What's that supposed to mean?
So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna turn it over to him, and then we're gonna go from there. If we got questions or whatever, like I said, comment, like, subscribe, and share, and get back to us. All right. Parquito, it's all on you.
All right.
We're talking about the George Floyd thing, racism, police brutality. People that really engaged in or had have examples of it that they ran into,
including the riots and everything.
The riots and everything. That we can talk about that too. Everybody got an opinion on that. Also, we talked about the Karen one on our last. The next episode we're gonna talk about the Karen thing, but we'll let Parquito go, and he's gonna give examples, or just his perspective on certain things. The George Floyd thing. You can start with the George Floyd thing, and then bring it into more and deeper conversation about the country, about the world as a whole.
Okay, so the whole thing with George Floyd is millions of people watched the video. I've seen a lot of people say for some reason they didn't have the heart to watch the whole video. It was gruesome. They didn't even want to watch it. I've heard a lot of people say they still haven't seen it. Well, if you've seen the video and you're honest with yourself, no matter what this man did, no matter what he did, whether he was in the wrong or the right, he didn't deserve to die.
I agree.
So the whole situation was handled wrong. He was murdered. I call it murder because he didn't have to die. And the cop was on a position, he had his knee on his neck for a long period of time. The guy told him he can't breathe. Other people pled. The bystanders that were filming, they pled for this guy as well. Said, hey man, you're blocking this guy's breathing. Yeah. He had plenty. The guy was already detained. The guy no longer posed as a threat. I don't know if he ever had posed as a threat. Actually, earlier today, I actually saw another video from another angle.
From the store.
Yeah, from the store. Yeah. So I've actually got to see a few different angles now. And there was at any point where I saw the guy posing as a threat or really, giving these guys a reason to believe that their lives were in danger, at risk. Yeah. And it was like 5 guys on the scene. They totally had the situation under control. Yeah. They had this guy pinned down to the ground over I've heard different stories about this too. Some people say it was a counterfeit bill. Some people say it was a check.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And the thing is, they didn't even know if the check was good or not. Yeah.
It was just whoever.
Yeah,
the
that's
Arab-
a whole
the corner
nother
store.
issue too.
That's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
The corner store called it.
Which
the
could
Arab,
have been
not
racism
Arab,
also.
The Arab guy, I think he's Arab.
Yeah, we don't know where he's
He
from.
called-
So
he looks-
yeah, they called the
He could be
police
Arab.
on him.
He
Yeah.
called the police,
Uh-huh.
and then
in
they
suspicion
show up
of it being a
and
fake check or
they
whatever.
interact with George Floyd. After
Uh-huh.
that.
So they
Uh-huh.
came, the police
Uh-huh.
officers came and confronted him. He was still in his vehicle right outside of the place, so
Correct.
he didn't even get to leave.
Nope.
So again, he wasn't even scared. He wasn't even trying to flee the scene. He was trying because he didn't feel like he did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, this wasn't. I don't even believe it was a check. Like they went to the bank and took it to the bank.
We don't know if it's a check or cash.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
we
heard it
don't
was
know.
cash. I heard it was a $40 bill, and
That's
then
what
they
I'm
said
saying.
it wasn't. For
We
that.
even heard
Somebody
different
told me
stories
what
of how the
stories.
payment was.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I've heard.
Well, the police
a
were called out.
Yeah, the police were called out.
Yep.
So, either way, it was never even verified that he even did anything wrong in the first place.
Correct.
It's not like they had the pen or whatever that could
Yeah.
Sign that check.
I don't know if they had the bill or not. Yeah,
Yeah, but there's a certain pen
well,
that
pen, the
could-
marker.
that
Yeah,
could
the marker
tell you
bill,
if
if
the
it's
bill
brown,
is-
yeah,
yeah.
fake bill.
So we don't even know. There was nothing that verified that he even did anything
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
That
from what
he
we know,
even-
from what
yeah,
we know,
yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
So they do a deeper investigation.
And even if
Yeah.
it was a fake bill, and even if it was a
not worth a
check
life.
that
You shouldn't
didn't
have
have
died.
any provisions on it,
Correct.
a
Shouldn't have
check
died.
that was gonna bounce.
Nobody should die for any crime.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct.
If it's a check you just got, you don't even know if it's good or not.
No, you don't know.
That's a
till you
whole
get it.
nother issue. Like, why would you assume
Mhm.
that he was even giving you a fake check if it was a check?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like,
Well,
why
that-
would you assume
Yeah, why
that?
is
How
that?
do you know?
That would go into more of a
Well, that's a-
if they know the
you know-
person or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So
He lived in
again,
that city.
that's the
It was
kind
an
of
investigation.
There's a lot of
to
questions.
give you a better understanding of when we
Yeah.
start raising questions of
There's a lot of questions.
racism.
There's always
I'm
questions.
gonna give you an understanding, and this is one of those things. Like, why him? Why would you assume that he's giving you a bad check? You know what I'm saying? Out of everybody else that gave you a check.
Yeah.
And this is when we start asking these
Well,
questions.
the person that accused them was
yeah, it doesn't matter where they came from. That's
well,
what
they
I'm
had to
saying.
call the cops on it.
Yeah, they called the cops, but just listen to the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, okay.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. This is when we start asking these questions. We start wondering, man, how about if a white guy wrote the check?
Yeah.
Would he be as suspicious? Would he think that? You know what I'm saying?
Would they have called
guy
the
was
cops
good?
on him?
Yeah, would they have called it? This
they
is when we
pulling out
start
the car?
asking these questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Would they have called
It's
the
not.
Detained.
It's not really trying to jump into conclusions. It's not because you just want to throw the racist word around,
Yeah.
or anyone is really trying to use the race card or
Yeah.
say everything is racist.
Yeah.
But it's just certain situations that make you ask, like, man,
For sure. Like,
Well,
what
well,
is it?
like
you know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
I want
Yeah.
you to,
That's a good point. That's a
keep
good
going and expanding on the topic. But I just
Yeah.
want to, during while we're talking, I want to
Uh-huh.
give my just questions, right?
Okay.
So, in order for that to happen, somebody in the store had to call the cops.
yeah,
Correct.
they called
Right.
it. Someone called it.
We don't know who that was. That could have been,
We don't know.
from what we said, that the store owner.
And
I'm
one
just
of
going
them
off his
later
name
on
of
came
who he
outside.
is. He looked Arab,
Yeah,
like maybe
uh-huh.
from Iran or
yeah, maybe
Pakistan.
one
I
of
don't
those
know.
Middle Eastern
So
countries.
he calls the cops
Uh-huh.
on George Floyd for doing the bad check. So
Yeah.
in the beginning, we could say that if you're assuming that
It's
he
not
wrote-
an assumption.
no, you're
Yeah.
saying that you were saying that the reason why he called the cops
Uh-huh.
is because
I'm not saying I don't know the reason.
no,
why.
you don't know the reason, but we're
Yeah.
just asking those questions.
Yeah, yeah,
so those
yeah,
questions
yeah.
that come
Uh-huh.
up is
Like, why
is
did he
George is this guy
call the
think
cops in the first
if it was a
place?
white guy that did it,
Yeah, yeah.
with the Arab still or not Arab, I don't want to
Oh,
say Arab,
well,
but I don't know who he
definitely
is.
can't. A Middle
Whatever that
Eastern.
guy, Middle
Yeah.
Eastern guy, calls the cops. Would he have called the cops if a white guy came in with that same $20 bill or that
Uh-huh.
same check?
Whatever.
So we
Yeah.
don't know. So that was the
That's
initial.
one question that could be asked.
Yeah, that's the
as
initial
far as
cause
racism.
of the cops coming
Yeah.
to that scene.
Correct.
And then they came.
They came.
They saw that it was a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, still, it shouldn't even matter what color the guy was. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? It shouldn't really matter
It
what
shouldn't
color
matter.
he was.
A crime
But
is
it just
crime, you
happened
take
to be
care
a
of it.
black guy,
Absolutely.
and the officer happened to be a white guy.
Yeah. Shit.
The office. Well,
Shit.
I want to stick to what really happened. So
Uh-huh.
the first people were called on the scene was the other two officers,
Right.
Uh-huh.
which was I don't know their names. I think it's Thomas Kuhn, and the
Okay.
other one was Lane or something like that. I think those
Okay.
were the first two that showed up.
Okay.
Then after that
Was that the Asian guy?
no. The second cops were
Uh-huh.
Derek Chauvin, the guy who
Oh, so they
stood
came
on his
second.
neck.
Yeah.
They came second with the Asian guy.
Okay.
That was after, I don't know, it seemed like when I seen the video, when you seen the corner store, the people that were pushing them up wasn't those two. It was the other two that pushed them up against the wall and did all that. So then
Derek came over
after he pulled up in that truck, you see him pull up in the truck and they confront him or whatever. I don't know the video. I don't know how that gets from there to the behind the truck because I don't see the video. Which is another question.
Yeah.
But and again, we talking about it. I'm telling you, like, I don't care if you committed armed robbery and you didn't hurt anybody. Even if you hurt somebody, you don't deserve to die from doing that.
Right.
I kept this point since
Definitely.
even if any conversation I have about it, nobody deserves to die for any crime that they did.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I say personally, if you touch somebody that's in my family and you die, then that's just me. That's why I'm.
What if it was,
that's how I'm
what if
lash
it was
out.
an Asian cop? What if it was a Mexican?
Well, it was an Asian cop. Well, anyway, so all right. So I just want to say
That
that
did
point. Well, no, that
Well,
white
he
guy
was
did.
there.
That's my point.
White guy, the Asian guy was there. So we got to the point where you said, when you were explaining the story, I don't want to interrupt. I just want to keep it in line. But you said that. So they showed up. They saw George Floyd. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so they saw him, whatever, pulled him. He was sitting in the vehicle
car when they pulled him out of
from
the
what
car.
I saw.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the
You're right.
vehicle. And then they pulled him out, they confronted him. That part I did see. I watched
Yeah,
that
they
video
pulled him out of
this
the
morning.
Pathfinder. Look at
And
Pathfinder.
then at first,
Yeah, so
it was actually a Mercedes.
Was it a Mercedes truck?
It was
Okay.
like a MLA. Or
What's
something.
crazy is, I don't want to interrupt, but I didn't even, he looked like Steven Jackson.
He does, and they
And it was
actually
crazy is Steven Jackson is cool with him.
Yeah,
Which I was
they
like,
friends.
damn, that's just
Yeah.
a
And
coincidence, bro. He
they
looked
did
like
look
Steven
like
Jackson.
each other. They did look.
And
like
I know
each
Steven
other.
Jackson. I see him all the time playing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't want to get I just want to keep it
Yep.
real. But I know.
All black people do not look alike.
No, they don't. It's like all white
But
people.
they did look alike.
They did. We had a joke about that. We were
Yeah.
talking about all white people look alike. All black people look alike. It wasn't a joke, but it was something that we were talking about. But anyway, so yeah.
But in
they
this
did look
case,
alike. He
Steven
looked like Steven
Jackson
Jackson.
and this guy,
They called them
really-
twins.
Yeah, they
He said
considered each other.
like
They
Steven
called
Jackson
each other
said it.
bro, and
Yeah.
they called each other
Twin.
twin.
He called them twins.
I
But
guess
anyway.
they're from the same hometown
Area or
in
something.
Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
They're from Texas. They're both
Yeah,
were
which
athletes.
was I didn't even when I heard it,
Yeah.
I'm like
This guy played basketball as
Yeah,
well, and he
yeah.
played football,
Correct.
and they say their teams went to the finals and all this stuff.
And just a sidebar, like I seen George Floyd talk, right? In one video that he was talking about on Facebook, he was talking about the youth, right? The black youth.
Yeah, I've
He
seen
said
that
they
video as
they
well.
going wild, they crazy, like they need to calm down.
Yeah,
To me, that hit me because
yeah.
this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you see my comments or whatever, listen, like I'm there. I understand. When he was talking to the youth, he was telling them the truth. Like they crazy, they doing wild shit, and they need to calm down. Right? He was speaking like an OG. So that part bothers me, as far as what happened to him, because he wasn't the type of guy. He didn't seem like the type of guy from that video that would go out and do something and try to hurt somebody or do something. Because he was speaking to the youth, which
Definitely.
if you doing it, you don't even care about the youth. You don't care about nobody at the end of the day. Because I lived like that at one time. I ain't care about nobody and nobody's life. So, not the sidebar. I'm just going along with the story as we go. So he got pulled over. They pulled him out the car.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so that's all right. I'm glad you touched up on that point
Yeah,
also.
because I like that.
Because it's just digging into who he was as a person,
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
which makes the point even stronger of why he didn't
It
deserve
hurts.
to die.
Yeah, it hurts.
Not that anyone would have.
Nobody
to
deserves
die,
to die.
No.
But
That's it.
we see what kind of person he really was.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. When you're speaking to the youth, like I
And
appreciate
they
that.
say that the people that knew him, they say that that's the type of person he was. They called him OG. They called him Big Floyd in his
Yeah.
neighborhood where he
That's
from.
Yeah.
So, and usually our OGs, the things that we be looking up to in the hoods that we come from be something negative. But in this case,
Some
It was.
Yeah.
they've been through it. They've been to jail, prison.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come back out. They tell you
like where I'm from, my OGs,
they want
my older dudes,
They don't care.
what they were teaching us was something different.
Do bad shit.
Yeah, this guy was on the
He was
positive.
trying to
Positive
get them to go
influence.
bullshit. Yeah.
He was an OG.
Okay.
They called him OG, but they looked at him because he was the guy like spitting positivity to them.
Correct.
He was the OG telling them to do the
No.
good things.
There's
you know what I'm
OG.
saying?
There's all. Yeah. Either they
Sure.
learn from prison or they come out and they learn from.
So he was known. He was known for that. That's what they called. They called him Big Floyd OG. Again, he was a popular person in the town he comes from. Again,
Yeah.
he was an athlete.
Athlete.
you know, when you're an athlete,
It's connected to
Yeah.
Jackson, so I'm pretty sure they.
yeah. So they probably played against each other or went to the same school.
yeah,
or
they hung
same
out.
School or
They
something.
hung
Yeah,
out.
they was actually cool.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
actually
He
knew
was,
each
he
other.
was upset about it.
And then it also came out that this guy was like a Christian. And he
Christian.
was
I didn't know.
he was a part of like different ministries and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is a
That's
Christian
crazy.
guy. He's
Yeah,
a part
yeah.
of
And when you really think
ministries.
about how deep.
Yeah, like he brought different people together
The person
into the
really is.
area.
But just the now, I don't want to. Like I
Yeah.
said, I don't want to downgrade his character. I don't know him
Yeah,
personally.
yeah.
Right? I can't tell. I can't talk
Uh-huh.
for him personally. I haven't met the guy.
yeah.
But when we're going off of what was said
other
about him,
people
right?
said
Which I
about
hope
him. Yeah,
when something
we
happens to
don't
me,
know.
people
Yeah.
say good things about me too. I don't
Uh-huh.
want them to say the bad things, especially
Yeah,
Left
yeah.
a good legacy
somebody who
behind.
was posted on the Facebook. But we're not gonna talk about that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, definitely.
so I want people to say good things about me. So I don't really know him, but from what was said, usually when we have these issues, the things that are said behind them ends up going down a path where you're like, you start to question whether, damn, did he really like? I don't know what he really did. He
Yeah.
could have did it because the way
Yeah.
he's looking right now, he's looking like
Uh-huh.
how I would look in my teens, right? I'm ruthless, don't care about nobody.
Yeah.
So with him, when they went back in his history, even yesterday he was a good guy,
Yeah.
and then a month before he was still a good guy. So it's like
Ooh.
I don't know
Yeah.
about the criminal intent until that
Uh-huh.
day when this all
This all
happened.
happened.
Yeah,
Um,
This
yeah.
incident.
So I see that too. I just, but I don't, like I said, I don't know him personally.
Yeah, we don't know him.
I don't know.
him.
Steven
either.
Jackson would
I'm
be
not
the
from
best
Texas.
person, or his wife, or somebody would tell you how bad he is. But which what they said about him. Usually,
Yeah, that's all based
you,
on
it's
what
hard to
other
find people to
have
say
said.
good shit about you when you ain't been doing good shit.
Yeah.
But all right, so they put him up against the wall, and then
Uh-huh.
I don't know how.
I
don't
saw
know if
him
you know.
sitting down.
Sitting down, they pushed him down on the wall to make
Yeah.
him sit. Yeah.
So they were talking to him, and from the whole time, from when I seen him, it looked like he was about to cry, like he was sad.
Yeah,
about
he
the
looked.
whole,
He looked like he was
the
sweating,
whole
like he was
situation,
upset.
like
Yeah,
he was
look,
nervous,
yeah.
and he looked like he was
Correct.
about to cry.
Yeah.
He looked like he was nervous.
Very upset.
Yep.
And he looked like somebody that's used to getting locked
Used
up.
to being in front of the
Word.
police. You supposed to be calm and.
And
you know,
he's 46 years old. This is a grown man.
That's
He ain't
another
from
thing. He
there.
is an old dude.
They told they say that he moved out there for a job opportunity.
See, I don't know.
Yeah, because he was driving trucks.
Okay.
But I guess when he moved out there, he also did some club work because they say that him and the cop knew each other.
But when you heard that, what was? Because what I heard is 17 years ago they knew each other.
Who, him and the cop?
They did that security thing like 17
Oh,
years ago.
17 years ago?
And that's what I heard.
Wow,
I don't know.
okay.
If you know in the comments, let me know because I don't know. But I heard it was like 17 years. But I heard
I don't know.
I heard
so
that's
I'm
how
not
far
gonna talk
back it
about the
goes.
timing.
But it
Okay.
was like the last year. But I heard that within that year they worked. In 2019 they worked together.
Yeah.
From what I was told, they
Okay.
worked together. And he was outside security. The white dude, Derek. Well, I don't want to say his name. The police officer was out inside. George was inside, and
Okay.
Derek and the other
Yeah.
police officer was outside. Whatever. And so it was in the same. I guess.
In the same
Same.
establishment.
Yeah, at that time.
Working
The
security.
So they sat
whatever.
him down in the thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We keep. I'm
So-
sorry, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
really-
alright.
So let's go from there.
Yeah.
From they sat him down.
Sat him
the
down
floor.
in the
We'll
thing,
continue.
yep.
And at some point, you know, he got to being under the truck somehow, somewhere next to the vehicle. Again, and that's the footage that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't
They
seen
probably
See that
walked
angle.
him over
from how they got from there
from
to
where by the
behind.
side of the store.
and he lays
to-
on the ground.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
that part I haven't seen
Haven't
to
seen
how
it.
he got
Yeah.
to the vehicle.
I agree.
But it doesn't matter. They walked him over there.
Whatever, he walked or he
Yeah.
dragged.
Oh,
Somebody
they dragged him
dragged
yo,
it-
for
they
real.
dragged my
You know
ass.
what I'm saying?
So I don't know.
But anyway, he's on the floor.
Now this is the video everybody saw.
No reason
The
for
first
him
video.
to have been on the floor like that in the first place over this situation. No reason
He's
for
already
the cop.
handcuffed.
Yeah, no reason for the
Right.
cop to have his knee on his neck like
I
that.
agree.
And for so long, not to at any point get off.
Mhm.
He finally got off when the guy wasn't moving anymore.
I didn't even see him get off, so I don't even know when he
I
got off.
didn't
Yeah.
see the
Did he get
end of
off?
that.
Did they have a video of him getting off?
I didn't see that point either.
If you see that video,
But yeah.
tag it in the
But
thing
he
because
eventually
I
had
haven't
to have
seen.
get off, right?
He had to
Yeah,
get
but
off
he did
eventually
get off
because
at
the
some point.
ambulance came in
Yeah,
and grabbed him.
Yeah.
But he was
But I don't-
on him for a
He was on him for a
long
long time.
time.
You see
a
people
lot of
talking
minutes.
and everything. Yeah.
That was a lot of conversation that happened within
Yeah, yeah.
those
People
like,
was
yo,
videoing it. And
5 to
everything.
10 minutes.
And then the Asian guy was there.
He just stood there the whole time, just trying to get
Yeah.
the bystanders,
To
the
move
people
back.
that was to move back.
Yeah. What's it?
Some people did get angry. It looked like there was people like
Yeah.
moving up, really want to do something.
Yeah.
The guy that had his knee on the guy's neck, I think he pulled his pepper spray or
No, I think
something
the
out
Asian
his
guy.
pocket.
The Asian guy pulled it back.
Yeah, at some point, the guy that had his knee out,
He did too.
someone was about to approach him too, and he pulled something out his pocket
Oh, I
too.
didn't see that.
And then the person moved back.
It's a lot of pressure.
So it wasn't that people weren't brave enough to intervene, or everyone was just standing around and was willing to watch it. There was some people that was angry enough to do something. There was people that was stepping up and about to do something, and they just were told to pull, yo, you better get back. And I believe at anyone that would have tried to intervene at that moment, they would have been another victim.
Yeah.
It could have been.
Well,
two.
they would have been the victim.
They would
if
have
George
been
Floyd
hurt
might
too.
have
I
walked
was getting
in.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially at that
Yeah,
point.
that
Somebody
other
would've
person
been
would have
a
hit the
victim.
floor too.
Right.
They would have got
Oh,
their
yeah.
ass beat.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm saying?
Would've
But they might have stopped George Floyd from getting it.
True.
True. Yeah. So,
For real.
because I've heard people
But
talk
they
about
ass
it.
would have got beat
I don't
too,
know if
got
it's.
punched
I
or
don't know. I
something.
don't want to say Killer Mike, but somebody was talking about it and they were saying the same thing. Like,
Mhm.
if they would have stopped it,
Yeah.
then he wouldn't have got killed. And then, even if they got beaten during the
Yeah.
time, they would have stopped the killing from happening.
Yeah.
Don't
But
attack people.
it's not a blame on that person.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoever
yeah.
was videoing,
We
I'm
don't
not
know
blaming
that.
them. I'm
Everyone
saying
has their own issues.
we got to look at this thing, and I look at it. You
Uh-huh.
could have, it could have, it. Just like when
Yeah,
you're in a
we don't know
situation,
what
you
would
got to
happen.
think about.
Uh-huh.
Everybody thinks about their life and they think
And
about
their own family.
and stuff. So
Mhm.
you think about it before you go and do something
Correct.
that can end
Yeah.
up killing you or whatever. I get that.
So it wasn't even
Yeah.
that they were cowards.
No,
From
they,
what I
they
saw,
stood
it was
there.
people that really wanted
They
to.
stood there. They videoed them.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
to get at this guy.
Yeah.
But they, for some reason, one reason or another, they thought about it again. They have their own issues. They saw them being another victim, and I saw it as someone that's just watching on my phone. Like, damn, they would have been another victim. Like,
Yeah.
there was no way anyone could have really stopped that issue.
Right.
Like, this thing looked like it would have escalated and got really dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
could
they
have.
looked like, yo, they was ready.
They're
You know what I'm
ready.
They
saying?
could
To
have.
cause a
They
problem.
always like that. They always.
So again, it was a black man, white guy on his neck. You know what I'm saying? For us to really have a better understanding, that's when they start looking into his past and looking into his
But he don't have a
history.
past.
And I'm talking about the cop.
No, I'm saying, but he don't have a past. We could, when we look back at his past, he's not the guy that we can look back and be like, oh, he shoplifted in 2018, or he,
No, but
he
they
sold
had
drugs.
so many like different violations on him, and it's so many people that has. There's so many complaints, like police.
Complaints and came
broke-
forward.
Oh no,
broke
you talking about the
somebody.
guy that you talking about the,
Yeah, the
officer that
officer,
killed him. I
yeah.
don't want to say his name on that video, but
Yeah.
yeah, the guy that killed him. No,
Again-
I thought you were talking about Floyd. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Usually when
Floyd.
they go back and somebody dies, they
we,
go
we
back.
started speaking about Floyd, so that's
Yeah.
why I didn't go back to
Oh,
talk
okay.
about Floyd.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
usually when that happens, they go
Finally
back
past
in their
that.
history and they start
Uh-huh.
finding all the bad shit, and then
Yeah.
they label all the bad shit, and then
Yeah,
Well,
they do that to,
and this is the
to
media.
demonize you and make you look back.
Either way, the media goes whatever they do that,
Yeah.
and then they make that person look bad. I was saying they didn't do that. They couldn't do that with Floyd
They
because
couldn't do it
He didn't
as
have
much
that.
as they tried.
He didn't have that history. There's no
Yeah,
way they
he
could do it.
didn't
There was
have
nothing they could bring up that would say it. The cop, they had a lot because he did a lot of other shit.
Yeah, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact, yeah. So again, this is for the people that like to dig deep into shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is for the people that say, but we don't know what happened before that. Da-da-da-da. This is the people that could watch a whole 10-minute video of this guy's knee on this guy's neck and still raise questions about was it murder? Da-da-da. Those are the people that I question their psyche and their mentality. I'm like, what kind of world are you living in? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious?
Mhm.
Those are the people I'm like, yo, those are the people that you wonder, like, are they racist?
Yeah.
Just so you can get a better understanding.
Because it was
Because
all right.
yeah,
so
those
let's
are
get
the
it-
people
let's get
we
into that.
feel like are racist.
But let's get into that.
How
So-
could you watch a whole 10-minute video and still try to
No, but
blame
let's get
him?
into that.
Yeah.
So because it was a black person or it was a
Yeah.
person?
Again, it
Because you
should-
said
yeah.
racism. So
Yeah.
if it's a black person that sees
Because
that
I'm
same,
trying to
'cause
get you to understand something.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
I follow conservative people. I mean, different people, right?
Okay.
All walks
Yeah.
of life, all political
Okay.
things. So if they see that same video and they're black,
Mhm.
and they don't see the same thing that you see,
Okay.
right? Which is
Yeah, because they don't see the same thing I see.
correct. So you question their psyche. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
so what you see,
Uh-huh.
just going off what you're saying right now,
Yeah.
is that a white cop
Uh-huh.
killed a black guy
Okay.
because the guy was black.
That's not what I'm seeing at all. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so I understand how
And-
is race. Explain the race part.
Yeah. And that's the part that gets on my nerves that really bothers me. Like, yo, it's some people that are just in denial. Like, no matter how much of these videos we watch, they still, the people that still say, yo, that racism doesn't exist, that's not you. Or the still people that still don't understand, like, yo, where the racism happens. Or the people that say, oh, this happens to us too. Yeah, we understand that happens to you too.
Yeah.
You have smartphones too, so film it. Okay, it happens to Hispanics too. It's just not recorded. So pull out your phone and film it.
But that's
Let
not
us,
it happens
yo,
now
l-
to you.
yeah, let us see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens to
So like
us
the Spanish
too.
guy,
Yeah,
there's,
yo, let us see it.
there's a video in LA though. The white cop catches the Spanish guy, starts pounding
Yo,
on him. I
let us see it.
don't know how that happened, but he
Uh-huh.
starts punching the guy.
Okay.
They follow the guy from like an alley to the street, and then they put handcuffs on. And he starts punching him in the face.
And
I think
again,
that cop got. I hope that cop got.
and that brings up
criminal
another
charge.
point of
That was a
something that
Spanish
we
guy,
spoke.
Like a.
That brings up another point that we spoke up about a while ago too. That I started bringing up to you too, because racism is just not black and white. It's just, this is touched. Now that you bring up Hispanic, it just brings up another point that we started bringing up. That could have been racially motivated also. Like, they're considered minorities too. Like, people pick on them also as they go through it also.
No,
And it might not be as bad. What we try to say is, even we understand they go through it too, but we don't believe that they go through it as much as us. But they keep saying, yeah, they go through it too. So let us see it. How come we only see ours? How come it's always ours that's always seen it? Yeah, we go through it too. But how come ours is always seen to get filmed?
Yeah.
But you always see ours.
Well, you saying who films it? That's just whoever's there is gonna
Okay,
film
it's happening.
Yeah, but it's happening all
Yeah,
over.
I'm
is what
trying to.
saying.
Yeah,
You might
it's
not see
happening
the
all
Spanish
over.
guy
I
get
believe it's
killed.
happening to everybody.
I can almost
Yeah,
guarantee.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, so is it
Yeah.
a police thing or
Yeah.
is it? That's what I'm saying. So now we're talking about police brutality,
Uh-huh.
right? Which, listen, I go down the route with police,
Okay.
right? I have police. I know police. Right? I have family members of police. I have
Yeah.
friends that have their fathers that are police, right? I don't consider them being a bad person. I don't really know them that
Yeah,
well.
being a
to
police
be upset,
officer
right?
doesn't necessarily mean you're
So-
a bad person.
As far as like when we say that we upset about this, are we upset with this guy? I'm not
Okay.
gonna say his name
Alright,
again. Are we upset with the
alright, let's
guy
do
or we
this.
upset with police?
Alright, let's do this. Right?
Police in general, everybody, every police, every
no,
county.
man.
No, I'm asking
No.
you. I'm
Yeah.
asking you. No.
And we've
Okay.
spoken about this already too.
Okay.
I'm not an ignorant person.
I don't think
Yeah.
you are.
I didn't say you said I was.
I know.
No, but you say you're not though. You,
Yeah, just because I'm saying that doesn't mean that I'm saying that you said
Okay,
I was.
okay, all right.
Okay.
I just want to make it clear.
That's how
I want to make it clear
unignorant you are.
I'm
because
trying to make a
people are gonna
point.
post on my thing. and
Yeah,
say,
I'm trying to make a
I'm not
point.
saying that.
Makes sense.
That's why I brought you.
There's not a racist bone in my body. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Where I come from, there's a variety of different people.
Everybody, I've been to Brooklyn. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from
Every
the
color.
hood.
Every color.
My hood, I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. Where I'm from is a majority predominantly black. It was a high crime area, high drugs, high murder rate. It was mostly us and doing that to us. And there was other Hispanics there. The only white people we saw was the teachers.
And police, probably.
And police,
A little bit of
exactly.
police, yeah.
And it was people that were, and they didn't even live in the neighborhood. They just worked there.
Yeah, they lived in,
At the end
in
of
Long
the day,
Island,
they go back home.
in Jersey. They
Or
live in Jersey
Sheepshead
now.
Bay. Some of them live in
Yeah.
Brooklyn too.
But
and
out in the
again,
yeah.
touches up a point that we brought up earlier. They have their own little
Yeah.
areas.
It's all separate.
Yeah. Like when you watch Brooklyn back in the day, you see the Italian movies and the mafia
The mob,
guys.
yeah,
that was
mob,
Brooklyn too.
which-
They had their areas. Bensonhurst,
Bensonhurst was Brooklyn.
Sheepshead
Yeah,
Bay.
was
That's
on-
Brooklyn.
was
But they
the
have their
mob.
own areas.
Yeah,
Marine Park, Mill Basin, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we got Flatbush, Bed-Stuy, what Jay-Z raps about.
When I was there last time, they got a place called, Little Vietnam. What's that?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we used to call Vanderveer Projects Vietnam.
Okay, well that might
Little
be
Vietnam.
it.
And
I'm
that's
sorry.
that's my hood, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm from.
Yeah.
So think about a place called Little Vietnam.
That's
Yeah.
us.
Just think about how it got its name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
This is where I'm from.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they call it Little Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I come from a different type of reality.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I am from New York. Even in the hood, we have a good education system there.
New York has a good.
Yeah. So our
Your kids are
education
smarter than
system is
Florida.
better than some private schools.
I
And
agree.
that's how you have Jay-Z. You
I
have
agree.
high school dropouts that
Made
multi-million,
it.
hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
New
From
York,
New York.
have
Oh, yeah.
New York, birth
New
stars.
York's
Yeah.
education system is
Yeah,
different.
Michael Jordan is originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Yep.
You have a lot of celebrity, a lot of big people. Spike Lee. We could
Yeah.
go on and on.
On and on. Brooklyn.
So, I am from somewhere that is a hood, but at the end of the day, some of us are actually smart. A lot of us are smart.
No, you guys
You know, yeah. So
when you come down here from Brooklyn or
Yeah.
New York, you usually skip a grade.
So
up.
in elementary school, I got good grades, and I was able to go to junior high school outside of my district. So I scored high on my testing, and I was able to go to a school outside of my district, and that was my first encounters around white people. That was my first encounter of like, being around like a lot of white people.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like a culture shock to me. That was like a different thing to me, you know what I'm saying? That was the most white people I've ever seen at one time in one place.
Culture shock. You were like, what the heck is all this?
Yeah.
What do they eat?
Like, yo, there's a lot of them. Yeah, for real.
I got you.
Well,
I
but
mean,
this is
okay,
a
go
junior
ahead.
high
It's
school.
real talk.
I'm glad that I was able to get the experience
Yeah.
at an early age.
Right.
I'm 36 now.
Yeah.
So now I'm from a place, so I met Italians.
Yeah. You have to see
And
it.
I've got to know that, and why I was saying I'm not ignorant before, it was like I've got to learn a lot of things. I've got to experience a lot of things.
Yeah.
Good things and bad. I've gotten to be around broke people, and I've gotten to be around people that have money. You know what I'm
Middle
saying?
class, right?
Like I've seen both sides of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and this is why I understand racism more. And another point we could touch up on, although you're mixed, but you still kind of light skinned, which is
I am.
no, for real.
No, I am. I agree.
You're,
I'm not.
these issues are so deep, and there's so many different things that factor into all these issues.
Yeah.
Even skin complexion. You have black people, but then you have a person
light
that's
skin.
yeah, a darker shade.
Dark skin people don't really
Yeah.
dig with light skin people.
So even the person with darker shade will experience like more harassment.
Yeah. Even in
This is when
their
I
own
s-
community.
Even within this, okay,
I agree.
yeah,
I know. I've seen it all the time.
which
Girls used to be like, "Man, you got that good
Yeah.
hair. Let me braid your hair, Moses." I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, braid my hair.
which is like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to answer a question that you have too. It's something like I see you have a hard time understanding this, like the whole racism thing. And
But
when can
the
we
question
call
you're
things
asking is
racist?
I'm not saying, just to relate facts. I've never said there is no
Uh-huh.
racism.
Yeah, you never said that.
Okay?
But
There is racism all
Yeah.
over the world.
but
there's-
there's somewhere
There's
that,
people that
there
don't like
that I
racism.
see you kind of confused and
Okay.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
you
get
just
that.
don't get it.
Okay.
And I've seen a few different people
Where
try to
is it that I'm
explain
confused
it.
though?
Yeah, it's and
Where
it's
am I
a
not-
few of
where's
us.
Where's the point that I'm missing in
Huh?
confusion?
I don't know either. But there's, but somewhere you're like yo, it's like
you
yo,
have a good
Hey,
point.
but if
like
I,
he doesn't
if
understand
I'm
like what makes
admitting-
it
Yeah,
racist.
yeah.
but if I'm admitting
yeah.
that there's racism,
Yeah, you're
There-
admitting
there's
there's
Ku Klux
racism,
Klan,
but you don't know.
there's Aryan Brotherhood.
You don't
like,
know
there's
when you
racism.
could call it racist. You don't know which scenarios could be.
No, I
considered
can't.
racist.
I said Karen
Yeah.
in my last video.
Uh-huh.
I mean, my next video, we talked about Karen
Yeah.
is racist.
That's racist.
And
For Karen to call the cops and
Uh-huh.
say it exactly out of her mouth, because this is the problem I have. I can't
Uh-huh.
tell you. I
Uh-huh.
can't tell Louis that
Yeah.
he's racist.
you can't.
I gotta hear him say the words,
Yeah.
right? Or his actions. He
Yeah,
gotta make an
what
action
words?
enough.
So
Yeah.
He's gotta make an action
Uh-huh.
enough. That,
Yeah, and that's where I'm
if-
at.
if
It's
he's-
like how much
if
proof
if
do
he's
you
a
need?
police officer
Yeah,
and the
uh-huh.
only people
Yeah.
he ever beats
Yeah.
is black people.
Uh-huh.
Don't put that
So
on.
Then
that's
I'm
when,
gonna say
so
he's
that's
racist.
when
Don't
you
put that
gotta
on me, Ricky.
understand.
Well, because how else am I gonna? I can accuse
Okay.
him of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? I can
Mhm.
accuse him of it
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I can accuse him of it if he's beating people,
Yeah.
but he's beating white people too when he's arresting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say he's racism when
Okay.
the black when
Okay.
it's maybe it's
Yeah,
five,
yeah, yeah.
6 black people and 5 white people, but he's beating the white people too.
It's all-
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just a
yeah.
bad cop.
Okay.
So I can't say he's
Alright.
racist until it
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
give me. I don't
Okay.
like to judge people, and this is something
You know,
I
I
tell people
feel you.
on my Facebook, right?
And that's probably
people
why
try
it's so
to,
hard for you to understand.
People try to go to my character and they
Yeah.
try to talk about like
Uh-huh.
they know me or they know different
Yeah.
things. I don't try to go to people's character. When we
Yeah.
talk about these
Uh-huh.
facts and these situations,
Yeah.
I try to stick to a middle ground. I want to hear what you're saying because I know the truth is in the middle, right? The truth is there's a side here and there's a side here. The truth is somewhere in between here, right? Because I've been in. We talking about jail. We talking about this, right? I know people that go to jail for the RICO charge and end up getting out with possession. Not that they weren't the kingpin, but they plead out to possession. So what I'm saying is, there's a truth somewhere in there. Like he is the RICO, but jail is gonna say he didn't, right? Or there's always like a middle ground that people aren't seeing, right? Like
Yeah.
people say most people go to jail for possession. That's not true. They plead down from trafficking. They plead down from different things, and they plead down to possession, and that's when they get possession. And you think people go to jail for possession, which that's facts. I've seen it. I've done it. I know people that did it. So those things, what I'm saying is why I stick with the middle ground, because the situation I've been in, that I know that I didn't tell the, like when I went to court, I didn't say, oh, I had the gun on me, you know, take me to jail.
Terrible idea. Why would you do
Of
that?
course I want to say that. I'm gonna say I didn't ever had a gun. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. They blocked
I
me
mean,
in.
you really can't say that if you was
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like,
caught with it.
so if we're
Yeah.
going off of just somebody saying that somebody said something,
Yeah.
we kind of get into
All right, so
a
here's-
real tricky
so here's
situation
where we
because
at.
I know.
So here's
I'm not
where
gonna
we
say
at.
But what I was saying, go
Yeah.
back. You saying that?
It's like how much proof do you need? Like how much videos?
Well, you don't. Well,
how much?
to
How
point to
much?
everybody,
you know
they
what I'm
don't need
saying?
nothing.
Research into the person's.
Well, we'll say this. We're saying
Uh-huh.
like, we'll say for instance, we talked about the celebrities on another video, right?
Okay.
Like LeBron James,
Uh-huh.
we'll just say this for instance, saying his son can't jog because we're talking about that. This is a whole other case.
And that's not necessarily what he was saying.
No. He said we can't jog anymore without getting killed. It's pretty much what he's saying. Is that not true? Is he not saying like we can't jog? We got to worry about getting killed by white people? I don't know what he said. Was saying.
Well,
Was he saying that to me? I mean, I know it's about the Ahmaud Arbery.
No.
Another.
So-
Another case. We've already.
so it's like, okay, we've already been killed for a whole bunch of senseless stuff.
Uh-huh.
So now it's like, damn, so we can't even jog anymore?
Okay,
So,
so-
it's
so when
more
you-
like a question.
But when you say that,
Yeah.
you question is something
Uh-huh.
that you probably should have like facts behind it, right?
Uh-huh.
So if we just take the world in example, right, or United States, we gotta, for me to question that, for me to say that, I gotta have enough evidence behind me to say like, damn, every time a black person goes jogging, they get killed.
But that, cause see,
You
that's
can't say one,
perception.
but no, but you can't say
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah.
It's just like COVID, right?
Yeah.
The reason why we shut down with COVID was why? What we shut down for COVID? What was the reason? Numbers, right?
'Cause it was spreading.
Numbers, right?
Numbers.
They were saying 2 million
Without a
people are going to
doubt.
die.
Yeah.
If they said 100,000 people are going to die, we're not shutting down.
Okay.
So people make decisions off statistics, numbers, right?
Okay.
It's just like we talked about before, which we kind of got to
Yeah.
a agreement on, whatever. We were talking about, black, like homicides. We were talking about homicides, right? And we were saying that white people kill more white people than black people kill white people, right?
Okay.
So white people need to be scared of other white people. They don't need to be scared of black people. That's truth, right? Because we're looking at the statistics.
Yeah.
In the black community, it's the same thing. Black people kill more black people than white people kill black people.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, if white people are scared of more white people, then the black people need to be scared of maybe other black people that are committing crimes.
Yeah.
That's by going by the numbers, right?
Okay.
And that's not. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying because, like my shirt I got on for my friend, right? He wasn't killed by a redneck. He wasn't.